Polkadot is on the move today. Is it going to be strong enough to help lift the altcoin market with either Bitcoin's consolidation or Bitcoin's one more pump up per the Bitcoin video that I recently released today? So we're also going to take a look at Kusama and Moonriver. Hey, new viewers, here's what I do for you. You're mostly looking at news and project fundamental based crypto channels. My channel helps you take altcoins and seal the deal on that last piece of information of what is happening when I'm clicking around with my money. How do I gain confidence when I'm actually putting that in practice? And my channel focuses on altcoins to help you in your crypto journey in that way. So returning viewers, you know what to do. Smash that like, punch it in the face, flip it off, give it a love tap, whatever, help out the algo. And also do me a quick favor and leave me a quick comment, even if it's LOL you suck or 𝑘osasverdes fail, whatever you want to do. And back to new viewers, I do have description section with links to exact examples of what I provide in my Patreon Discord community if you want to check that out and see if it's worth your time or not. So no time to waste. Let's jump into Polkadot. So I'm on the weekly chart on Polkadot, and what we can see here is lots of respect for the weekly 10 and 21 right off the bat. And on a closure basis, Polkadot really doesn't need to push that hard this week at all. Polkadot only needs a closure above $35.92 above these two candles right there. That's all it really needs. So anything else is just a little push extra that's going to inch it towards having a closure above these candles over here, which is at about $44.25. So I would not expect that this week gets that closure here. I would expect a closure somewhere between these two lines. And this week does look like it's going to confidently close over this line. So if you get a closure over this line, even if it squeaks it out, comes back down at the end of the week, the next week would have potential power to close over here. But what you might get is you might get a few weeks of consolidation after a pump into this range, a couple weeks, and then your breakout. That could happen as well. So on a candle closure basis, these are the two lines to be looking for. And this week seems to so far be sealing that deal so that throughout the month of October, Polkadot will have a strong chance. So this candle right here, what is happening right now is giving Polkadot a strong chance to break its all-time highs, not just on a closure basis, but just blue sky breakout basis within the month of October potentially. But that would require a nice strong close in somewhere between these two lines, and then the next week close above as well. So let's take a look at the daily chart. And we are poking around with potentially closing a daily candle above this range, which would then potentially even allow this week a closure above that candle, because that's not too much distance away. But on the weekly is saying this might take a little bit more time, instead of on a daily basis. This looks like we're targeting this line and just above for all-time highs at the end of the month, although the daily suggests it could get there a little bit faster within 5 days in the most bullish case that I would want to even talk about. So that would be a hyper bullish case. I would say more reasonable. I'd be targeting around late October for potential all-time highs here. So the posturing of Polkadot is looking really good. You just had Stokes test the daily Stokes test, get rejected from the bullish control zone, but then turn back around within the neutral/bullish control zone, and it looks like it wants to make one more charge up. It looks like it has plenty of juice in that regard. Going to the daily RSI, you have a very healthy daily RSI where so take off the green, so the green is the RSI itself. The white is the EMA, the 12 EMA of the RSI. So the 12 EMA has a positive posturing, which is good, and you have RSI doing something extremely healthy, which is nice rechecks as opposed to just screaming up into the bullish. To see how this is green up here instead of screaming up into it, this is really potentially allowing Polkadot to get that scream up in here before it comes back down to recheck its EMA, and it would probably happen right as the EMA entered the bullish control zone. So, and how long would that take? So that would lead to all-time highs this month easily. If something like this happened, and this is October 28th right here, that would be this pump right there would be all-time high, something to that effect. So this is really healthy. This is honestly about as good as you can see on a daily RSI scale. Polkadot itself is looking pretty primed right now. Did I miss anything on the monthly? No, I did not. So it's in a pretty similar posturing as Bitcoin. And honestly, it looks like Polkadot is poised to have an even bigger November, because if October closes anywhere, even where it's at now, so all that Polkadot has to do in 18 days is close above $37. It's above $37 right now. And then you have the high, you have an all-time high of a month ever, which means the next month might have a backfill retest of this line, but then really charge up. It'd be technically a blue sky breakout of the monthly chart. So November, honestly, might even be much more massive for Polkadot. This chart is saying November is going to be a big month for Polkadot. What's the 12-hour? Yeah, honestly, everything is saying pressure's up right now for Polkadot. Polkadot's looking really good. Too bad I got into a Cardano trade instead of a Polkadot trade, but you know, you take some, you lose some. Cardano's not doing jack right now. Damn it. But I miss Polkadot, but whatever. Here we go. So let's get into Kusama. All right, so you see the big difference here. So this is the monthly chart of Kusama. Okay, go back to Polkadot. Big difference. See this? Now, could this month with 18 days left easily come up here to Kusama and close around this line? Absolutely. What kind of move would that be in 18 days? That's really not that big of a deal. Let's take a look. But it doesn't look like the momentum's quite there. That'd be a 33% move in 18 days. Altcoins can easily do that. Heck, Bitcoin can do that. Bitcoin can do that in 10 days at times. So, but just note that on a momentum scale. So if you can imagine, you know, you're halfway through the month and the month is red, the momentum is down for that month, right? Okay. And so flip back to DOT, you have a big, nice, big, fairly big, medium-sized green candle here. And Kusama is sitting at a doji candle halfway through the month. So so from a monthly momentum standpoint, is there enough momentum to get Kusama to close above this line or even above these candles? Not even quite that high. It doesn't look, it looks iffy. So what you're going to have to do is go down to the weekly chart and figure out, hey, does the weekly or the monthly have enough momentum for these 18 days to get up here? So let's take a look. The weekly Stokes on Kusama are trying to turn back around. So that's not a horrible sign. You do have... So this isn't very good. The weekly RSI came below its EMA, got rejected, and is angled down. So that gives the impression that momentum, you know, is not up right now. And if it were to turn up, it's not going to be an immediate one because it's got to recover from this first. So I am not seeing an immediate move up for Kusama happening this week at all. It would be very, very, very unlikely. So with those signals, it's what the daily is saying. Yeah, you know, you did cool off. You might turn the Stokes back around here, but even with this next push of the daily Stokes, it looks like it's going to take into next week to get above this line and then follow the footsteps of DOT. So it looks like Polkadot is definitely taking off here, and it's not breaking Kusama with it. Kusama's momentum is not up with Polkadot right now. So if I were holding both assets, I would be a little bit more excited about my Polkadot bags right now. And then I would tamper my expectations with what's happening with Kusama to make it maybe a delay a week or 2 weeks behind Polkadot's movement. So those are the expectations I would have. Yeah, the momentum is not. It needs to sort itself out. So this week's probably going to be a blah week. It's just going to, it's either going to go sideways or a little bit, test down a little bit more, is what it looks like. So I don't see much like threat or hope to the immediate upside for this. So let's move on to Moonriver, which has really gotten a beating. So within a couple of our VIP calls on Discord, it came to my awareness that Moonriver did release on a percentage basis, a pretty big percentage. They upped their CoinCirc through releasing coins for rewards, which was an announced thing. It wasn't a surprise, but So this price action breaking below this nice range it had set up, that likely has something to do with it. And the coin circ, I guess, went from 1.5 million to roughly 1.9 million. And on a percentage basis, that's pretty big, right? That's like immediate inflation. It throws more coins out there for people to sell, created more sell pressure, and it created it really made it tank out of its range. So there was a range for how long? I mean, this is a young asset, so to range for 21 days is a pretty big deal to establish a base, and then to break below it. From a percentage base, it broke 23% below that bottom of that range. That's a big move down. Now, a lot of us within the community did scoop some of this up down in the 240s, and it's still sitting at 246. I guess one of my VIPs got it at 220 something. That was a hell of a buy. As of now, it looks like it could end up being a hell of a buy. But Moonriver right now is going to be a little bit harder to judge because of those new release of coins into the circulating supply. And it's going to be a little bit harder to read this chart. So you're going to have to take it one step at a time. Just look at horizontals. The first thing that Moonriver would need to do is break back into this range, fill it out, and then number two, break above it. And so you're going to have to play it level by level because of the coin circ introduction, and it's going to have a little bit of a trial period to figure out, okay, how is this going to trade, right? Because there are new coins in circ. It changes the structure a little bit. So right now on Moonriver, if I can get rid of these EMAs, which really, I don't know if using EMAs on Moonriver right now is where it's at. It might just be, when does it get back into this range? Does it fill it out a little bit? And when does it get a daily closure above the top end so it can move up to the next part of the range, which should probably be this one here. And I would draw these lines. So Moonriver is going to be pretty hard to determine what is going to happen. But right now, what can be seen is this could end up being a pretty good buy for Moonriver because of that coin circ drop, and you had a 25% drop in movement. So if Bitcoin does, though, test down lower, this could end up making, one more lower low as well. That's absolutely possible. And this chart, you're going to have to pretty much take it day by day, level by level, and that's what we got for Moonriver. So if you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and you're new, hit subscribe, hit that bell so you can stay in the know, so you have a little bit better idea of how to put in practice what you're doing when you're clicking around with your money. Don't hesitate to check out the Patreon and Discord community links down below. And if you're returning and you didn't hit like, take a moment to do that for me. We'll see you next time. You just got typified.